acceso?
Yes.
Super. Ladies and gentlemen, dear family and friends of our MBA cohorts, let's please welcome the MBA 02 cohort. The usual coordination issues that always happens in every process. Thank you very much for being here today, all of you, to celebrate graduation of what has been a very nice and rich path toward this day and their graduation. So, I am Floriana Mulazzi. I was the program manager for EMBA in 02. And I am very pleased to welcome all of you here, together with the faculty that accompany these bright young things during their experience within MIB. And so, my dearest MBA 02 participants, this possibly be the last time that I will call you as such. So, MBA 02 participants, which was the leitmotif of every email conversation that I addressed to you. So I'm quite moved, I confess, as usual in these occasions. And it took both a blink of an eye and forever, but eventually I managed to get rid of you. And so we have experienced some tough times. There have been tough times for all of us, but I do hope that it's been fun as well. And I truly hope that in this rich, slightly chaotic experiment that we call MBA, you found not just knowledge, but people who will support you, challenge you, and maybe even walk alongside with you to grow professionally and maybe personally. Thank you very much for your time with us throughout this 1 year and a half. So in the end, we made it, and now it's your time to thrive. And please welcome the official MIB address to this ceremony by Andrea Tracogna, the Dean of MIB School of Management. Thank you.
Thank you, and welcome to the Ferdinandeo Palace, the home of MIB. We are very happy to host you in this celebration event. Such are moments that we usually organize 2 times per year. We have 5 masters, and for every completion of a master, we host such graduation events. And so you may imagine that after quite many years of history of the school, we have had, quite, a lot of ceremonies, which for us represent very relevant and significant moments of reflection and, moments for sharing with audiences, families, friends, and also the graduates, the achievements of the school and the vision of ours regarding our development and the development of management education and entrepreneurial education. Such are also events meant to, again, celebrate accomplishments, and this is exactly what my colleague Francesco Vanier will do soon. My role as the Dean is to focus more on the institution, the school itself. I would like to sort of share with you some themes and some aspects of our evolution. We have a quite ambitious plan for growing and for getting more and more established in a very competitive scenario that is the management education and the higher education scenario. In doing this, we start from here, from Trieste, and the so-called Trieste system, or Sistema Trieste, that is quite a unique ecosystem made up of academic institutions, but also business schools as ours, scientific institutions like universities, research centers, and a lot of entrepreneurial activity taking place here. So this is the center of the ecosystem, but this ecosystem is stretching itself towards the national and international dimensions. And we are moving together with this ecosystem. Let me focus a little bit on our identity from a strategic standpoint and our plan to grow. Our growth will be based on a few pillars. First of all, we are running, as I mentioned to you, a number of master programs, which are postgraduate programs. Most of them, they are post-experience. So we focus on the senior targets in the higher education system. And we will continue to do this. Of course, we will also enrich our offer of executive education programs, not just masters, but also short or long-term programs destined mainly to corporations, firms, but also to individuals which are willing to grow themselves with us. We keep a very clear focus on the insurance industry. And the reason why is that we are in Trieste, that is, the birthplace of insurance, not only in Italy, but I would say in Europe. We have leading institutions still headquartered in the city, starting from Assicurazioni Generali, which is one of our main stakeholders. We are also focused on science, technology, innovation, and not just from today or from 2020 when we launched the Executive MBA in Business Innovation. We started well before. When? I will tell you later, but everything dates back to at least, let's say, 15 years, when we first launched, together with the help of venture capital funds and other academic institutions, a very relevant and very impactful acceleration program called Seed Lab. But back to the strategy. Our strategy is also based on developing significant effort in applied research to be targeted to the business world, mostly, and also to become, even further than we already are, a bridge institution that is connecting, that is putting together the two worlds that have so many difficulties in speaking with each other, that is academia and business. We are also very active in the establishment of partnerships between private public institutions, between academia and corporations, mostly in very advanced and innovative fields, including also the nascent, artificial intelligence field. What else? Well, of course, as a business school, we will continue to invest and retain our international accreditations. And we also aim at further climbing, the ranking in, again, international rankings of business schools and programs. So as you see, it is quite an ambitious strategy, and we feel, can I say, authorized and confident to be able to achieve it because we have the full support of our stakeholders. We have a consortium of institutions behind the school. This is our legal status. We just appointed and renovated a new board of directors, which is quite representative of the top corporations and big leaders in the business world. Of course, we can also count on a very rich and competent faculty, our colleagues, but also steering committees, which are leading all the masters of the school, and an international advisory board. And with the help of all such people and partners, we feel confident that we will define easily the new standards of management and entrepreneurial education in the age of AI, in this new age. Our history dates back to the late 80s, so it's quite a long time we have been running this school. And I think that looking at us from an historical perspective is important, because what we are today is determined by the many investments we have made along our path. Just to give you a number, if we take the launch of the very first master, the MBA in International Business, this year we celebrate the 35th anniversary of our activity in the MBA area. And your master is an MBA, is part of the MBA portfolio. So it's 35 years we are active here. Based on the success we obtained quite early in the running of this first MBA in international business, we had a number of new branches or spin-offs of this initiative. And the first one was in 2003, the Executive MBA, which is today running its 27th edition. So we have 35 editions of the MBA in International Business and 27 of the Executive MBA. Quite a lot, you may imagine, but also a proof of the success and the impact of such initiatives. Then, as I mentioned to you, we discovered soon that, to turn scientific advancements and academic projects and ideas into economic accomplishments, we had to develop specific expertise. In 2012, as I anticipated, we launched the Seed Lab Acceleration Program, which represents, in a way, the first step of ours towards what is today a very clear focus of the school on business innovation, and of which the Executive MBA in Business Innovation is a proof and is a sort of a significant example, probably the most important example of this focus of ours. Our positioning is now defined on two pillars. One is the insurance and financial field, and the other one is science, technology, and innovation. But I told you that what counts is the fact that we keep investing in and sustaining in our programs, because we believe that history matters, and matters because the value of our programs is based on their continuity. The fact that we run them, we launch and we run them every year. and we have been doing this for such a long time. And it is the history that gives a program a reputation in the market, you know, the standing we are looking for, and also the possibility to receive and to continue to obtain the international accreditations. It is also a means to increase and improve the brand name and the brand equity of our master programs. So this is our commitment to continue, you know, running and sustaining the value of your diplomas, of your degrees. If history is a fundamental ingredient of the success of a school and of a program, it is important also to consider the quality of the projects themselves. MIB is a high-quality project, for sure, and not just for its focus on science and technology. It is, in our terminology, a postgraduate, post-experience, and part-time program. This means that it reflects our view and also our necessities for running executive education activities. We have to be relevant for the business world, first. Second, there is a sort of a mutual enrichment between faculty members and participants, because they have a seniority that has to be exploited and leveraged. And on top of this, we also focus on the development of soft skills and leadership skills, and not just technical training. So we believe that this is particularly possible and effective in such type of masters, executive masters like yours. In delivering high-quality programs, of course, we have to count on also the quality of the people, the quality of the faculty, the quality of the community of MIB, companies, but also professionals, visiting professors, the school staff, of course, but also, in mentioning the community, the past students, which today represent the Alumni Association. But we also know that the most important ingredient is the quality of the participants. I did not have the chance to meet you before. I'm not a lecturer in your program. I'm lecturing in several other masters, but I've been told by my colleagues how high has been your commitment and your dedication and your motivation to take part of this program, the effort you have made, the time you have invested. These are the necessary ingredients and components of a master's success. And these are for sure the key ingredients of this Executive MBA in Business Innovation accomplishment. It is a necessary ingredient for achieving what we call the magic of training, the magic of education, that is to turn a group of people, individuals, with their own background, their own past history, their own, you know, peculiar positions and skills into a community. First, a community of learning, and then later, a community of friendship. So this is, again, the magic of our master programs and the magic of the MBA. It's a most important legacy, probably. But this journey is getting to an end, and it's time now to give the floor to the next speakers. So on my part, I would like to invite you to stay close to the school and to continue work with us of course, in different roles, in different positions, in different means. One is, for sure, your belonging to the Alumni Association. Today, I just congratulate with you for the achievements and for earning this very demanding and very important degree. I extend to you all my best wishes for your future success from a professional and personal perspective. Again, congratulations and thanks a lot from the deep of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Tracogna. And now please welcome Francesco Venier, who is the Academic Director of the Executive MBA in Business Innovation. Thank you, Francesco.
So finally, we are here. Huh? Today, it's an important day. It's the end of a very long investment you have done in time, also in money. An investment is paid not only by you, but also by the people here that is, happy with you, but that had to renounce to your time that you invested in this project. So it's a very important moment. And after 12 very interesting projects, hundreds of cases, thousands of hours of study, you are at the end and going to receive your deserved MBA. I think it's very early to assess the return of this investment. We can try to make some considerations on what you did, what you achieved, and what MBA is. MBA is for us a very important laboratory. As the dean said, you are the connection of two souls of MIB. One is the executive education soul with 27 editions of the Executive MBA that gave us the skills to handle such a complex training product that is managing people with a lot of commitment that have to add to their commitment, also the study commitment. So that's a part of the job. But the other part is innovation. As Andrea said, we are pushing hard towards the innovation industries, and we are entering into very important partnerships this year in a few weeks that will put Trieste at the center of probably of the spot of AI innovation, especially the transfer of AI towards companies with a big partnership among companies, among public bodies and universities, MIB as well. That probably you will read on the newspapers. So you are here, you are in the front of the mix of the two important legs of our strategy. Your MBA is unique for this reason. It's unique for the fact that we decided to put in this MBA three different souls. One is the scientific soul. Half of the class is basically scientists that are getting entrepreneurs. We have the entrepreneurial soul. We have entrepreneurs in the class that are here to learn and get more, sharp tools to handle their businesses. And then we have the managers, people that is running not as owner, not as entrepreneurs, but as facilitators, a complex set of competencies, resources to achieve goals. So these three souls of the class are a unique mix that made this program emerge at European level, at least. Andrea has been presenting this project last year in Madrid on the annual conference of the Association of MBAs. And everybody was interested in the way we mixed. As you experienced, and as Floriano said, this is also an experiment. So, as you know, experiments produce learning. And we have been learning a lot from here. We are still learning, still changing. Every edition is getting better and better. For example, for giving you some ideas, next year we reduced 1 full week, to reduce the stress on the participants. We introduced new contents. New contents, especially creating a real VC school, because we realized that not only managerial skills and entrepreneurial skills are fundamental for the participants, but also understanding the mindset, the tools, the needs of investors putting you in the shoes of the other side makes you more effective in getting what you need, that is funding for growing. So these are things that we learn from you. We learn from the discussion, we learn from your personalities, very strong, from your brains, very sharp. I think this is by far the class with the highest level of education of the students that we have. So thank you also for that. Evolving needs of the class, evolving contents, also evolving partnerships. We are of course, every year assessing the partnership, the values. Some go, some come. For sure, we'll remain strong partners with Blue. I wrote you yesterday that the faculty committee appointed Nicola Redi, that is one of the souls of this course, formally as program director for the next editions. And this means that we are strengthening, tightening, walking the talk in this direction towards innovation and the interest in fostering deep tech and these kind of projects by the school. We also have been learning how to change the learning outcomes. So we learn how to change the ELOs of programs that now, for your in particular, are not only learning tools and skills of an MBA, of entrepreneurial, but also learning how to raise capital. And we've seen this working in the first two, maybe you don't know, but in the first two editions of this program, the participants have been able to raise more than 60 million of funding. Some more, some less, but there is some data that somehow makes us confident in developing and keeping, the direction we have been starting 6 years ago with this program. So we start next June with the third edition with a lot of enthusiasm and ideas to make it even sharper, even better, even more effective in the real terms that matter, growing and rising what you need to invest to grow. MBA is not just a program, though, it's also an experience. When we met the first time, 1 and almost 2 years ago, it was June, so I told you this program will change you not only in terms of what you know, in terms of skills, but also in terms of how you approach your work, how you approach probably also the relations with others. It's a personal experience, it's not just a learning experience. This is something that if you're being able to invest in it, the ones who invested more in terms of giving to others their experience, giving to others their support, receive back more than just the learning from the professors. This experience is also an experience that I hope, and we have seen in the projects, is building values of collaboration, values of integrity, values of credibility in what you say, of grounding your statements on facts, something that is getting rare and rarest lately, but we invest in this direction, in making also a better society through people like you that believes in being serious in what you do, right? in being coherent. And this brings me to the third thing I want to say. Who are the protagonists of this play? Protagonists are not the teacher, it's not the school, it is you. It's the people that participate, it's the individuals, incredibly smart, intelligent, educated people with strong characters, but also with strong passions that make you decide to charge the burden of studying an MBA together with launching a company, together with doing also the other jobs you're doing. So this is a very particular bunch of people that we have been leveraging to create a second teacher in the class. Our professors have been always looking after making you not only apply what you learn from them, but also share what you already learn, what you already know with the others. And this happens not only individually, but in the teams. The teams dimension is another important part of our pedagogic model. You have been working in teams. Teams have been the medium that transform theories into practice, that obliged you to make sense of models and try to apply them and pick the ones who work and discard the ones who don't. So take responsibility of also not following the book, but following the necessity of the problem you had to tackle. So this team dimension is designed inside the Executive MBA, managed by Floriana. It is another very important part of the process, and I think we all have to thank her for dealing with this complexity in first line, together with the team that work in the back office to support also the administrative staff. So please, clap Floriana. So, what is the return of this investment? This is an investment in what we call human capital. Human capital is made of three things. One is, of course, intellectual capital, what you learned. We have seen, I've been talking about that so far, we have seen you growing, learning things that were, for most of you, out of your normal knowledge perimeter. And we are very satisfied. We've seen excellent exams. Everybody, if you're here, you passed all the exams. So you learn things, okay? You learn something else. You learn also to collaborate. You learn leadership skills. You learn entrepreneurial mindset. Maybe you reinforced the ones who already were very entrepreneurial, as we've seen. Some instead discover new things. So on this dimension, intellectual capital, we are very satisfied. There is the second fundamental dimension of human capital, that is relational capital. It's the network, it's the connections, it's the friendships, as Andrea said. It's the ability to leverage this network that is the value that will remain longer. Skills, theories, models, they age faster and faster. Probably what you learned this year, next year we'll have some new updates and new things to be, learned. But what instead remains is the relation with your mates in the class, for sure, the strongest one, mates in the embaying alumni, so people like you that can, from now on you can take a phone or take WhatsApp and message anybody of you, and you're sure of who are you messaging, what to expect from her, from him, the value is willing to, or she's willing to give you back. And this has a lot of value. Probably a value that lasts more than the skills you learned. Of course, it lasts as long as you cultivate it. So I invite you to be actively keeping alive the network of relations among you, among the class, among the alumni, participate to the alumni activities. There are many in Milan, also in Trieste, of course. So don't forget this. The third component of human capital is what we call cognitive capital. That is a language. It's a common language, a common set of values, common set of meanings that you share, that enable you to be much more effective than 2 years ago in collaborating, in innovating, in creating new ideas, new processes, new companies. This is something that you can leverage again. So, finally, what is the future of this? I think nobody knows what is the future, because what we are seeing at the moment in both directions, actually. Environmental, let's say, geopolitically, it's changing everything in ways that we are not able really to forecast. And technologically, I follow AI as a research interest. For me, that I devote a lot of time in following the evolution of this stuff. It's tough, it's difficult to keep pace of what's happening. Also because it's difficult to share, to shed marketing and, bubbles and just communication hype between real jumps that there are, and they are more often than we think. So these two dimensions require not only technical skills, but require a real different approach to things. And this is the approach that I think that is in mind of what we designed, and I think you achieved. The approach of going out of your comfort zone, of doing things that the others don't dare to do. I like the phrase of a professor I met in the States a few years ago. He said, excellence is a form of deviance. So be deviant. Dare to do the things that the other don't dare to do. That is the only way in which you can go out of the average. That is mediocrity, by definition. And today we need that, because nobody has the book, nobody has the rules, nobody has the solutions of the things that we have to face. So we have seen fantastic projects, incredibly energetic teams. I'm sure you don't need me to tell you to be excellent, but this is something, and I hope we helped you to increase and grow in these 2 years. So for what I can say, as Andrea said, the school will always be with you. Be proud of your EMBA that you worked a lot to achieve. Be proud of being a MIB alumni, to have a MIB EMBA. Be ambassador of MIB. MIB will always be in your side and will help you to achieve further. So call on us. We are here. We have all the connections also with the school. Don't care about asking us anything. We will try to help you in any situation. So congratulations very much for what you did. I know it's been tough for many of you. I know you had incredible things to go through in these 2 years. So very well deserved, and thank you for your achievements.
Thank you, Francesco. And I'm now very honored to welcome our guest speaker, which is Daniele Calderoni Parronchi, Chief Strategy and Innovation Officer from Marina. I am very happy and pleased to have him here today, because you must know that it's not easy to find someone with the right experience and the right skill set also to actually represent what we would like to achieve with MBA, which is true innovation. And Daniele is embodying the spirit that we are trying to give all of you, thanks to his extensive experience in the innovation field, not only as what we like to call an entrepreneur inside the companies he's been at, but also as an active lobbyist for innovation, to actually put forward and so give breath and capital to the new bright ideas that are out there waiting for us to discover them. And so please welcome Daniele Calderoni Parronchi from Marina.
Okay, so this work, right? So first of all, I want to share. I'm impressed. I will tell you, I'm impressed by a number of things. And out of the speech I prepared, I really loved what your professors and the dean share with you as principles behind the whole exercise here. And I'm thinking about a few things. The first one, and I love this, they put yourself at the center of everything. Yourself with your experiences, with your competencies. Everything starts from yourself. And you will ask me, why this guy is showing a picture of himself playing basketball? I had that passion since I was very young, right? And you would say, yeah, but that one is just sport. It is not actually. Any experience you go with, you spend time and resources on, will help you learning more, going farther. I have learned so much by playing basketball. You are in a team, you have to understand your stakeholders, you attack all together, you defend all together, you have to move, you have to understand a lot of dynamics all at the same time. Any experience you go with will bring you learning. So if you're curious, which is something you have to be, if you like to be an entrepreneur or a manager, if you think that, as I wish, innovation, you choose this learning path, so I'm sure you do, is at the core of your growth, then you have to focus on each and every opportunity to learn. And actually, I think I also like to thank all of those colleagues from the panel, Andrea Tracogna, Francesco Venier, but also Nicola Reddy for inviting me to this, because I believe they offer to you a platform for growth, a platform to do so, right? To invest in learning, in new competencies, in innovation, which is everything you need, especially in these times. And actually, I invite you a little bit, because, I mean, you are at the end of this learning path, but you are also at the very beginning of a number of different opportunities and, let's say, new paths that you will follow with your companies and anyway your experiences. By leveraging on what you have learned during those last few months, I believe you will extract value even better out of it. Invest in competencies and innovation, I believe, is not anymore even a choice. You have to. And you have been great in understanding this even better than others, maybe, because if you look after what is going on right now around, you see that, I mean, somebody already mentioned this, right? Artificial intelligence is going everywhere. I'll talk about this in a minute, a little bit farther and deeper. You have technology development that will be critical even more than before. Resilience of the systems and the companies that we build up and we rely on is of essence, right, in this time. So investing in competencies and innovation is absolutely critical. I can share a little bit what in the company I work for we are doing about this, just to show you and give you some references. Before to do so, just a few words around RINA. I don't know if you have ever heard about this company. It's an international player. Of course, it's an Italian player with headquarters in Genova. The most of the people in Italy think about and know about RINA as a certification body, right, under accreditation. Eventually, in the last decades, RINA develops quite a bit, both organically and inorganically, becoming one of the engineering consultancy company leaders, if you like, in Europe, even if you like, on certain subject matters, even globally. I think about decarbonization, I think about innovation processes and investments. Anyway, we are about a billion revenue company, 1.1 order intake, playing basically in each and every corner around the globe. At the center of our strategy, which applies to a number of different markets. We have 6 business units. We go from marine and certification, which is basically our DNA, where we come from, up to oil and gas energy, the oil and gas and energy market, as well as the real estate, infrastructure, and mobility. So we do consulting, engineering, and engineering at all, in all sense, in all of those businesses. We do have competencies at the center of all of this. we do have organized our technicians and experiences in competencies centers, which we call practice. We do consider ourselves as a knowledge company, right? Just for you to know how much we focus on competencies and also innovation. To be even more explicit, in our new industrial plan, we just launched this a few months ago, innovation is one of the 3 main pillars, just to show you how at the center of and the core of our strategy innovation is. So I do like the idea that you have invested in a master that is fully dedicated to innovation, because this is definitely what we also agree you have to invest into and you have to develop as a competence. Innovation and competencies are definitely what we believe you should invest into. I like also to make a quick reflection on the current times. Resilience of our industrial sector and also building up certain value chains that we have let others take care of is very critical, as you can imagine, right? And we cannot do it without thinking and focusing on innovation. So I think you are called to contribute to this exercise, support and help Italy, but the European system in general, by developing new technologies, new solutions. We also do this in RINA to make our system more resilient, and this will create, of course, a positive cycle coming back to your companies or the activities that you are investing into. In RINA, we have invested to support this idea of making everything innovation-centered. We have invested in different type of projects. I'll not go through the details, but just to make example, we have developed open innovation hubs in different parts of the world, from Rome to London, from Singapore to Rio de Janeiro, from Chicago to the Southeast Asia. And this is very important because, as I heard before, connecting through an open innovation approach to the ecosystem you are part of is of an essence again. You cannot play innovation alone. You have to be well connected with the environment you are part of, with the stakeholders that you deal with, right? And it's also a listening thing. So it's an exchanging information and getting aligned with the environment you are part of. So I do agree, and I do suggest you to keep being connected to the ecosystem you are part of, having as much as possible an open mindset. Sorry. Another area where we have invested, just as an example, we decided to go down that road is decarbonization, a project that we launched in our Open Innovation Hub down here in Rome, is to build up, as the first one in Europe, a new steel-making process, an actual factory producing steel out of hydrogen. As you can imagine, it was a quite important investment that we decided to go with. By the way, jointly with the European Union, who recognized us being one of the best players to do this, and then share the outcomes with the rest of the ecosystem. And we are now building up, this facility down in Rome at our center, Innovation Center. You are welcome to visit us, by the way. Anybody who will ever need to visit any of those innovation hubs is absolutely welcome, by the way. Now we build up also a quite structured, which I will also recommend you to do, open innovation process through a platform which is called Spark, to let everybody participating to our company, share idea, and also work with the support of different functions to develop those ideas. So connect to the people you have working for you, and give everybody around you opportunity to share those ideas and being supported to develop those ideas. Same as you have been received as a help from this institution, of course. So try to exchange the favor, let's say, with others that are, you know, belonging to you, are supporting you and your mission. That's pretty much everything. I like really to wish you all the best. I think you made, again, the right choice in investing in innovation and develop those competencies that are all around innovation. This is really something that you made right. It's all about you. Remember to keep thinking about what are the roads that you like to follow, what are the next steps. Try to think right to left. Try to think about what is very important to you, not just tomorrow, tactically, but what is very important for you and your ecosystem going forward, and then you build up a tactical plan to get there. It's very common that people don't do this. I think by choosing to go through a learning path like the one you just ended today, you will end today, you made this right. Keep doing so. My recommendation, okay? But thanks to everybody for hosting me, and I wish you all the best, of course, going forward.
Thank you very much, Daniele. And I now pleased to welcome here on stage, while we are fast approaching the moment of your conferring degrees, Ms. Gisela Chiarella, who is a member of the board of MIB Alumni Association, who will tell you about what you can expect from our association. Welcome, Gisela. Thank you very much.
Good morning to everyone. It's a pleasure for me to share with you this special day of celebration. So, first of all, congratulations also on behalf of the MIB Alumni Association for completing such a challenging program as the Executive MBA in Business Innovation. As an elected member of our Board of Alumni Association, I'm happy to officially welcome you into this robust network that now includes over 4,000 professionals around the world across more than 20 clubs in 5 continents. The association was founded in 2005, so you're graduating on a special year, which marks the 20th anniversary of our association. I know that we'll have the time to celebrate together. So beyond welcoming you into the Alumni Association, I'd like to invite you to take active part of our community. But you must be asking yourselves, how do I take active part of the alumni community? There are many ways to support the activities that are organized by the association throughout the year. So for example, the board, which is elected every 3 years by the Alumni Assembly, hosts events such as the MIB Alumni Talks. So what are the MIB Alumni Talks? These are themed meetups held in various cities in Italy and also abroad, which are focused on relevant topics, and they are also followed by networking aperitifs. So the goal of these MIB Alumni Talks is to offer former students and also their colleagues and friends a chance to reconnect, share experiences, and explore ideas shaping the international business landscape, and all while enjoying a relaxed toast together at the end. Another way to get actively involved in the Alumni Association is to become an ambassador in your area. So basically, ambassadors help organize social and cultural events with fellow graduates, also colleagues and friends. This to promote the school's brand and for keeping alive this sense of belonging to our community. And then comes the highlight of each year, which is the Alumni Reunion. It is a truly special event that brings together graduates from many countries. So just to give you an example, last year we had over 200 graduates in person and another 150 joined online from different parts of the world. We had the honor of meeting at the beautiful Procuratie Palace in Venice, which was generously offered by the Generali Group, thanks to the school, the president of our school, Cristiano Borian, and we were hosted by the Human Safety Net. Now, for this year's alumni reunion, 2025 alumni reunion, which, as I mentioned before, marks the 20th anniversary of our association, we already have a date that you can mark in your calendars. So Saturday, October 18th. We'll meet in Milan at a prestigious venue that will be revealed in the upcoming months. So you'll receive regular updates on social events, seminars, workshops, and all the kinds of events that are organized by the board of the Alumni Association by email. But I also encourage you to follow us on our social media. The MIB Trieste Alumni Association is actively present in LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, so you're welcome to follow us. And you can also always reach out to the MIB Alumni Relations Office at the school for any questions or ideas. So again, congratulations to all of you, and I hope to see you in Milan on October. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. And now, before coming to this very important moment, I would like to invite here on the stage representatives of this year cohort of MBA 02. On a totally voluntary basis, I would like to ask Milena, I'm joking, but I see the sheer terror on her face. No, please welcome Lorenzo Ava and Gabriele Zanetti as representatives of this cohort. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you. So, just a few words concluding this. It's really an honor to be here and feeling these final steps in this path that we share together. And I think that two things that are shared from all the speakers before are two important and crucial in this journey that we had thinking together, that is the connection and the thinking. So I was thinking in these days that before starting this program, I was referring to this exponential era that was arriving. It was a good theory to see the world and how the things were changing fast. But in the last years, in the last months, we have seen how this exploded. And now we live inside this era, and it's impressive. And I think that more than ever, this can help us and guide us because we have this space that's creating problems, that is creating then opportunities, and is creating new needs for the customers and the clients that we have. So the connection that we have created will help us, as everybody have seen and told us, that will be a huge link in solving these problems and thinking and connecting, and also in the thinking outside the box, because the other side is thinking. And the thinking is not only applying the formulas or frameworks that we have seen, but it's how to learn to tackle the problems on different angles and bring innovation and create value in our startups, in our companies, in our communities. And the ultimate thing is that with this, we can really change the world for the better and leave it better than we found it through the thinking and the community that we have found in this program. So, thank you very much.
So, good morning to all. It's a pleasure to see you all together. Marco, you can smile. Thank you. And this MBA, as was said before, is that there is a lot of complexity. The last one is to manage two people talking, and this was not easy. And so thank you. The first thank you is for Floriana that helped us help all our complexity to be managed and reach this goal at the end of the path. So many, many, many thanks. And so the journey is over. So it was a pleasure, it was a great journey, it was a great trip. So I really enjoyed any minute. So I think we changed a lot during this journey. Somebody became even father, so super congratulations again. And somebody else make small steps, like start eating sushi, like I did. So thank you. I learned this from you. And like we said many times, there is the value of the group we are. So we said this many, many times every time we were out for dinner, for lunch, or whatever. So I wanted to do this speech because I really believe this. So I really enjoyed the time with you. It was crazy because, guys, we are genius. I mean, with you was able to talk about satellite, and then 1 minute after about proteins, bacteria. So with competence and expertise, incredible. So it was an incredible experience, but also because the people you are. So within us, there are great musicians, there are pianists, there is a heavy metal European guitarist. We have I have wrote down this because we have a belly dancer, we have a shatsu expert, we have a quarterback. I found it yesterday. We have also a football quarterback, and also we have a brewer and a very expert barbecue. So I mentioned these two as last because, you know, guys, spring is coming, brewer, barbecue, keep connection, you know, if you want to hear it, you understand me. And so thank you guys for all this path we have together, really. And then during this journey, we learn a lot of tools. So we have some tools in our pocket. Some of you already use it in their company, in their experience. Somebody will use it in the next year. I'm sure we will use it. But the real things we get from this MBA is also the question to any answer, the answer to any question we have. So every question we will have, we are able to answer. It depends, exactly. That's the answer for anything. And because of this answer, I have to thank you, our professor, that gave us this answer, all the tools, but because they share with us not just the tools, but just with us their opinions. So you gave us your opinion, you push us to give you our opinion, to work on the things, to evaluate, consider, to imagine, and then after that maybe decide. And that's thank you for this great experience. So at the end, if you want to make a balance, did this MBA worth it? I mean, did it worth all the time we spent on this, the trip, the dinner together, the call after dinner, the night studying, the messages we shared on WhatsApp and whatever, everything working, the time we steal from our family, from our relatives and whatever, I don't know. I mean, everybody has his own answer itself. But for me, in all this time and all this effort, I can say I share part of my life with you, and you share part of your life with me. So, thank you.
Thank you very much to both of you guys. It was touching. And now we are arrived at the serious moment of the conferring of your degrees. We'll call you one by one, and Professor Tracogna, as the Dean of the School, and Professor Venier will confer your very well-deserved degree. Thank you very much. So we shall start with Giovanni Bernardi, who I thank personally because he endured. Okay? Thank you very much, Giovanni. Please. Giulia Cervelli. Thank you, Giulia. Nicolò, always late, d'amico. He's somewhere. Thank you, Nicolò. Milena Jacoppe, our beloved student representatives. Thank you, Milena. Vadim Kozanev. Marco Moriani. Stefano Pescaglia. Thank you, Stefano. Luca Podlipnik. The youngest of our bright thing. Thank you, Luca. Fabiola Polli. Roberto Renda. Roberto, always happy, Renda. Thank you. Saish Sridharan. Thank you, Saish. Antonio Tavera. Arianna, give us the money, Tibuzzi. Thank you. Andrea Villa. And now, conferring the degrees with honors, Lorenzo Ava. Camilla Cecilia Conti. Giovanni Business Class Spagnoli. Oops. Tessa sleeps. That's your next destination. And Gabriele Zanetti. And now conferring degrees with high honors. Lorenzo Agostini, Fantini, Venerosi, Della Seta, Grassi, Mazzanti Vien dal Mare, Iasevedo. Again with high honors, Nadia Concetta Fabrizio. Alessia Gloder. And last but sure not least, Orazio Benjamin Moghi. So the cheers was because we are all waiting for his invitation to his barbecues. Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations to all of you. Many thanks for your patience and your efforts. And now for everybody, a very well-deserved cocktail will be served outside in the adjunct. Before the cocktail? Of course. A very nice group picture and the launch of your cap.
Thank you. So please, we will take the picture on the left side of the hall. May I ask, please, family, to go just for a couple of minutes outside, so we will have the hall free for the picture. After that, we will be free to take your picture, group picture, individual picture, but just please leave us 5 minutes time for taking this picture, waiting outside if possible. Thank you very much.
Grazie. No, mi ero dimenticata.